Did you know that there is an award that will connect you with 170 different countries? Wow. Hey, ScouterStan, let's talk about this. This is the Spirit Award, and this was asked. This was a very intelligent young person who has asked about this, Justin, and he is interested in this International Spirit Award. Now, this award has a really nice patch that we often refer to as a dangle. It's a patch that goes on the temporary pocket, and it's quite beautiful, and is large. It's large for being a international award. Full embroidered. It's beautiful, and but it's one of those things that a lot of scouts see that may not know that they can earn it too. Now, one of the exciting things about this award is that it is available for Cub Scouts. It's available in troops. It's available in crew with Venture. It's available in Sea Scouts. So this is this international award is available throughout all of the divisions in scouting. Now, a lot of people kind of confuse this Spirit Award with the International Scouters Award. And if you're interested in that, that's an actual knot. And there's a lot of requirements, and you can do this. And you may need to do some traveling to do that one. So definitely check that one out. That's on the International Scouter Award. Now, the purpose of the award is quite succinct. Promote global citizenship, awareness of world scouting, and participation in international scouting activities. Now, a big part of this, and a lot of scouts might have the conception that they have to travel. We live in the internet now, so think of it that way. We could travel whenever we go on the internet and talk with other scouts. So it's not just about traveling, and that's the big thing about it. It doesn't have to be actual travel involved. It's possible to do activities online. We have a lot of world scouting activities that happen only online. The real key is global engagement. We want units from the United States to be outreaching to other units all over the world. Always remember, we are a worldwide movement of scouting. So reaching out to other scouts in other countries, totally within the Scout program. Now, by this point, you're probably saying, what are the requirements to get this award? This award is available in Cub Scout packs. It's available in Scout troops. It's available in Venture crew, and it's definitely available for Sea Scout ships. So there's different requirements for each one. And definitely go to the notes down below. We're going to go over them, but down below is a PDF, and you can actually download that and do the requirements that are for that particular, for your particular branch that you're in, whatever unit you might be in. Now, if you're in a Cub Scout pack, it's really learning about the world scouting that we do. All of the different scouting all over the world. Over 170 countries are part of the world scouting. And just that exposure of understanding that there's more out there than just what's in America. This is a big thing for Cub Scouts. And learning an international game. One of those games that you can play no matter language barriers, no matter area. These are games you can do to really learn about culture and different places of the world. Wonderful for Cub Scouts. Now, Scout troops and Venture crews have a very similar requirement. Since we're in the World Scouting movement, doing the online World Jamboree, There's also the shortwave radio jamboree thing that they do every year, and that is also qualifies because it is world and it can be done through the internet. These are neat little things, and it's very important that we get troops involved in that. Now, this will lead to a correspondence. Now, this could be Zoom, it can be done through the internet, they can be written correspondence. In fact, if you're going for the language interpreter strip, it's a great opportunity to try out some of those skills. Either way, that communication should be established and maintained. Very important. This is also an opportunity to learn about the world emblem that we all wear on our uniforms. This is something that is very important to learn about, and that's an opportunity for scouts in a troop and, of course, venture crews. Now, this award is available for adults. Adults can just get the unit involved in earning the Spirit Award. This is just an education process of all of the scouts. The adults need to facilitate and make sure that that all of the tools are there so that the scouts can achieve this award. After all, you're the mentor and coach for your scouts. Now, you may also need to attend an international event. I know of a lot of venture crews that go out and actually go abroad and actually go to different activities overseas. So this is very easy for an adult to be involved in. And that can also help towards that International Scouters Award. So these can be combined. So that's a possibility. You could also do things here without traveling. So definitely look into it. Now, you also need to complete all your training. So that's very important. So definitely complete all the training you're required to do for your position. So that's a part of this international award. And that will help you so that you can help your scouts earn this award. Now, let me highlight some of the activities that are out there internationally that you can complete so that you can achieve one of the requirements, and the unit needs to do this too. If you're doing it as a unit or an individual, they need to be able to do something international. So let me highlight some of that. Now, I did mention earlier about the Jamboree-on-the-Air, which is originally all shortwave. Now, they are moving some of that to the internet live so that there's more availability for it. Now, obviously, because you're on the internet, there won't be that two-way communication. They're working on that. So, and that way you could really join in, and it's international. It's all over the world. Now, they also have the Jamboree, World Jamboree on the internet. They have that. They did that back in COVID time when everything was on computers. We were all online. That's kind of gotten very popular, and it's mainly because in some places in the world you can't really travel, and scouting is international. So to keep that spirit alive, they're going mainly to the internet so that they can go to the internet and be able to be with scout units from all over. And that's the beautiful thing about that World Jamboree opportunity that's online. Another opportunity is participating in World Thinking Day. There is awesome opportunities for that with scouts and scout units. A lot of times you can do the International Spirit Award as a unit, as a group. This is an opportunity to actually observe this holiday. You can also get into what we call here in the United States as Messenger of Peace, known as MOP, M-O-P. That is definitely something that is international. Now, of course, you can definitely go to the World Jamboree, join your contingent with your council, and go to the World Jamboree. This is something that takes a great deal of commitment, time, and money. So that is a possibility. But if you're in for the full Scouting International experience, that is probably your best exposure to it, because you're going to go to another country, you're going to learn some of their basic conversational language that they have. This is something that happens in Scouting, and they're able to go there and participate. It's a very safe environment. That's the wonderful thing about Scouting. Now, in some councils, they will have an international Scouting Day, where they will have guests come in, or guest units that might travel to that council, or might be at the council for some reason. There's a lot of tourism, Scouting tourism that goes on, and they might be in the area. This would be a wonderful opportunity for your entire unit, or the Scouts that are going for this award, that they could actually participate and help out at that activity. So the council would be involved. So these international gatherings that they have, the moots and all that different stuff that they do, definitely look into it as it comes along. It may not happen for another 4 years. Who knows? So as these come along, you need to take advantage of them. Hey, before we go any further, I want to make sure that you're invited to the Campfire Chat. Now, this is our live meeting we have each month on the first Sunday, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. This is a fantastic way to get involved with live chat, and we have special guests. We have all kinds of neat things that go on. So definitely check that out. I also want to thank all of the Patreon members of this channel. In addition to that, I also want to thank all of the channel members right here on this channel. They have a fantastic group of people on this channel. They get a lot of perks. They get a lot of little icons and all kinds of neat stuff. But definitely check that out. If you're interested in becoming a member, definitely hit the little join button. It'll tell you more information. That's a great way to make this channel even better. Make it a part of what you do. And I'm so proud of you. We're just gonna jump right back in. What's important to remember when you're working on this award, it is very important that you work with your scout and scouts that are going for this award. And it can be done as a group. Make sure that they are that you're facilitating and giving them information to help them. Coaching and mentoring them is what we do. And that is very important when you're dealing with International Spirit Award. The global citizenshipness of this award is one of its key points of what it really tries to emphasize. That Scouting is not just local, it's global. So it's a bigger picture that we're trying to get the Scout to understand. Now, this might need some communication skills from your Scouts. Sometimes there's a delay, so you have to understand that sometimes it takes a while for the signal that you're communicating with, whether it be online or on a phone or something like that, may be a delay. And there might be a language barrier too. So you have to be able to communicate. And there's so many tools that are out there that'll do translations so that they can converse with you and likewise. So it's a very technological time we live in. And through this, cultural respect, vital. You have to have that respect. There are some cultures that have different ways of communicating, especially with youth. There are certain things you need to be aware of, and that's something that your mentor, your counselor from your unit, this could be your den chief, this could be your den leader, it could be your scout master, your assistant scout masters, all of the different crew advisor, you name it. These people are there to help you along the way, and there may be situations where you want to make sure that you're not insulting the person you're talking with, and they may insult you, so you have to take it with a grain of salt. It may go two ways, so you have to that's the world thing. A lot of that has to do with the other parts, the communication and thinking globally. All those things need to come together. Keeping a lot of the world scouting movement in mind when you're communicating with other units from other parts of the world. It's a critical thing, and it's the spirit of the award. So keep that all going and make sure that you use your resources. That's very important. In fact, we have the World Conservation Award that we talked about here on the channel. So definitely check that one out if you get a chance. It's a good one. It has slightly changed. Okay, things change in scouting, but ever so rarely and ever so slowly. So definitely check it out. This also adds to your scouting journey. A lot of times when you come back from these events wearing that International Spirit Award on your uniform is very noticeable. A lot of people are inspired by that. It's that story. The uniform tells a story. That one patch can actually do that. So this is something that scouts need to look into, and it will actually broaden your mind. It's not just American scouting, it's world scouting. That's the beautiful thing about this award. Now you're probably asking, how do I get started? You can do this individually, but you can also do it as a unit. So you could do it as an entire unit could be working on it. I think that's probably better because there's a lot more to the international award. You actually will be adding on some things because you have to keep 2 deep leadership. You have to do all of the things as an adult leader, safety and so on. With an individual, that may be hard to do, but as a group, you can do it. That's the wonderful thing about doing this award as a group. Encourage the youth leaders to also make it a goal to earn the International Spirit Award. This is something that is good for the entire unit. And as a unit, you can actually do the paperwork as a group, and that's something that you can work out with your council. The service center at your council can actually help with getting that paperwork finished. That's something you could do as a group, as a full unit earning the International Scouting Spirit Award. Now, I do have some homework for you. Definitely put in the comments for this video what kind of contacts you've made internationally. And if you can't put that in the comments, think about it. You should be able to have some contact internationally. It could be scouting of Canada. It could be just any kind of different things that you've done internationally. Put it in your comments. That really helps out, and I want to know. This is something that I want to inspire, that Cub Scouts and troops and and crews, and of course the Sea Scout ships. I want them all to do international scouting. You know, it's very important, especially these days. The world's getting smaller because of the internet. It's just a few clicks away and you're there. That's the wonderful thing about what we have here on YouTube and what we do. And that's an important thing. So that's your homework. Definitely do that. If you want more information, definitely go down below and check out some of those links. There should be the requirements in there. Now, in those links, there's also all the videos that I've mentioned, and of course they're up there. But definitely get involved in the international. Do that outreach. The International Spirit Award is there, and I highly recommend doing it as a unit. And there may be some things that you have to work out, but that's what you need to do. If you want more information about interpreters strip, I've got a great video right there. Talks all about the interpreter. Until next time, I'll see you on the trail.